oh, yeah. Take a project, oh, forget it, forget about the big things, oh, say make we talk about the small things, so. Forget about the big things, so say make we talk about the small things, so yeah.
Hello, my people out there. Well done. This one, Edu Radio, your talk magazine program where they committed to inform you and enlighten you on the education or the educational system we will get for Nigeria, with particular emphasis on the problems when don't hold our education for neck. Today, with a welcome honor to our Edu Radio studio. As you can see, this one, our studio. We try to bring innovation to bear. Now him we say, as it be, coupled with the programs when we get, we set them aside. Say because of our children, when we believe in and trust in, when don't they house, some don't stay house for 2 weeks, some 1 week, for this compulsory lockdown when we get. We can't lay down our own program, so make we do our own corporate social responsibility by bringing this enlightening an informative program to you, what we call Edu Radio. Today, we get some people who don't commit themselves to sake of say they get their own programs, so they get their own things when they do, but they say when they join body with Edu Radio to touch light, like you and you will be stakeholder to bring education to bear, so that you, that Pekin, you, that boy, you, that girl, where they say from JS1, JS2 to JS3, go feel learn something. And today, you go see how they go carry the courses with they on ground, like basic sciences, like mathematics and biology come to bear. You go see them with your eye, take them, feel them, enjoy them. Here na Edu Radio, we're going to give opportunities to children when be sitting they creative. We're going to give opportunities to students when they productive. We're going to give opportunities to students when they innovative, to add value, to sell it to the world. Edu Radio, now we own. Edu Radio, now our own. Enjoy the program as it comes. Thank you, Edu Radio. If you watch us as you see on our social media handle, and here for Twitter, you will see us as you see I'm here at eduradio.ng. On YouTube, eduradio.ng. On Instagram, eduradio.ng. No fellow, in case you get question, answer some things where you don't understand, where you won't come. Our Facebook, see our Facebook address here if you take reach us. Facebook.com/eduradio.ng. Enjoy them while it lasts. Now you get our education. Now together we go move our educational system forward. Thank you. God bless you all. Thank you. Bye.
My name is Mr. Uchenna Asiebu. Today, the subject we have is basic science, and the topic is family health diseases. Under family health, we are going to look at diseases. This disease can cause pains, disorder in an individual, even death. However, we can define diseases in different ways. Disease can be defined as any condition. Disease can be defined as any condition that makes the body not to function properly. That is disease. As I said, disease is any condition that can make the body not to function properly. Take for instance, If a patient is stooling, that patient is considered to be having diarrhea disease. We have different types of diseases, which include malaria, COVID-19, measles, smallpox, and so on and so forth. But generally, disease can be divided into two types. Number one is communicable diseases. Communicable diseases. Number two is non-communicable diseases. Communicable diseases is also known as infectious disease. Infectious disease. Now, when we talk of communicable diseases, we are referring to those diseases that can be transferred or transmitted from one person to another. Such diseases include, examples of such diseases include, examples of such diseases include COVID-19, measles, malaria, smallpox, and so on and so forth. Now, when we talk of non-communicable diseases, we are referring to those diseases that cannot be transmitted or transferred from an individual to another. Examples of such diseases include, number one, obesity. Number two, sickle cell anemia. Number three, marasmus. Number four, boil, etc., etc. These are examples of non-communicable diseases. Disease pathogens. Pathogens. Pathogens are disease-causing organisms. That is another name for pathogens. Disease-causing organisms. These are those organisms that cause diseases. They are referred to as pathogens. Pathogens. These are diseases. These are organisms that cause diseases. Example: coronavirus. We have Plasmodium, and so on and so forth. These are some of the pathogens, which means there are such organisms that can cause diseases. Disease vectors. When we talk of disease vectors, we are referring to those agents that transmit pathogens from one person to another. These are agents that pass pathogens from one person to another. We call them disease pathogens. Examples include insects such as mosquitoes, tsetse fly, black fly. These are the common examples of disease vectors. Examples of disease vectors. Number one, we have insects. Example of common insects are housefly, mosquitoes, black fly, etc. We have dogs, which can help in transmission of rabies. We also have rats, which is responsible for food poisoning. These are some of the examples of disease vectors. These are the most common examples. Mode of transmission of diseases. There are different ways by which diseases, more especially the infectious diseases, can be transferred or transmitted from one individual to another. Water, through drinking. You can get diseases such as typhoid fever, cholera, etc. Air, droplets. You talk of COVID-19, you talk of measles, etc. Vectors. Such diseases include malaria, sleeping sickness. These are some of the diseases you can get through these modes or means. You also have soil. You can get tetanus and some other diseases. You have through contact, either by touch, skin to skin contact. You can get diseases such as asthma, you can get diseases such as asthma, even COVID-19. Number 6, food. You can get food poisoning. These are some of the diseases and the modes of their transfer. Preventive measures against infectious diseases. Preventive measures against infectious diseases. Number 1, proper sanitation, environmental sanitation and personal hygiene. Number 1, by proper sanitation, environmental sanitation, and the personal hygiene. That's one of the most effective ways of preventing disease. You can take, for instance, now, we have a trending disease known as COVID-19. When you keep your environment clean and also maintain personal hygiene by washing your hands with soap and water regularly, you can prevent this pandemic disease known as COVID-19 from spreading. Number 2, by public enlightenment. Health workers supposed to enlighten people on the preventive measures against certain diseases. Take, for instance, this COVID-19, you have seen series of public enlightenment on how to prevent the spread of these diseases by maintaining social distancing, by washing your hands with soap and water under running water, by washing your hands with soap and water under running water, avoiding personal contact, direct contact with people. When you listen to radios and televisions, you will see where enlightenment programs are going on. Number 3 way of preventing disease is by proper nutrition. Proper nutrition. If you eat very well, or when you supply your body with adequate nutrients, it helps to build up your immune system, which fights diseases. Number 4, going for regular checkup. Going for regular or periodic checkup. When you go for checkup regularly or periodically, even once in a year, you go for comprehensive checkup. If you have any disease in you, it is going to be detected and diagnosed. For instance, for some people that are suspected of having coronavirus, they normally go for checkup, and eventually, if they have it, it must be detected, or it must be detected. That is why it is advisable to go for regular checkup. Number 5, isolation of infected individuals. Isolation of infected individuals. That's one of the most effective way of preventing the spread of diseases, more especially measles and the COVID-19. If a patient is suspected, if a patient tested positive to COVID-19 disease or tested positive for coronavirus, the best way of preventing the spread of this pandemic coronavirus is by isolating the individuals so that they don't spread the diseases. Not only COVID-19 or corona diseases, but other infectious diseases such as measles, smallpox, and the chickenpox. These are some of the ways of preventing such diseases from spreading. Number 6 Promotion of immunization. Number 6, promotion of immunization. Promotion of immunization is another effective way of preventing the spread of diseases such as measles and the polio. But why the corona virus is spreading from one person to another is because no vaccine yet. Had it been there is a vaccine, people will go for immunization against it. And such preventive measures normally stop the spread of the disease. These are some of the ways by which we can prevent disease. I have a chart for you. In summary, I said the topic is family health disease. When you look at the chart, you see diseases, types of diseases broadly, generally. Diseases are divided into 2, communicable diseases and non-communicable diseases. The communicable diseases are also referred to as infectious diseases. We have examples of these communicable diseases. We have COVID-19, measles, malaria, etc. Under non-communicable diseases, examples include obesity, sickle cell anemia, kwashiorkor, marasmus, etc. Now, under communicable diseases or infectious diseases, you see mode of transfer of these diseases. It can be through air, through direct contact, vectors, or water. These are some of the most common ways by which diseases could be spread. After it, when you move down a bit, you can see preventive measures of these infectious diseases. But one is by public enlightenment, 2, proper environmental sanitation and the personal hygiene, isolation of infected persons. If you have any questions, you can visit our Facebook page as well as our YouTube handle. You can direct your questions there so that in our subsequent lesson, those questions will be tackled. In subsequent lessons, those questions are going to be tackled. Once again, my name is Mr. Uchenna Asiebu. I thank you people for listening. Have a very wonderful day.
Hello, my people out there. Welcome once again. I hope you will enjoy yourself very well as our very good teachers will be Mark and Uchenna give you the very best. However, this might not be the very best way you'd expect, but you can make a change. You can join us. You can be with us. Hopefully, we'll come up again on Tuesday, where we will do, in case you want to follow us, from 4:15 on Love 104.5, when they call Love FM, with the for Abuja here. You will enjoy us. And you can still follow us on our Facebook page. They go come, they go teach. In case you don't get data to follow us, well, follow us for radio. We there for there. Well, once again, we want to appreciate our frontline officers, the nurses, primary, secondary, tertiary, police, everybody with there on special operations for this program. Journalists where they are there, they make sure so they bring news to you. We say God go bless.